Hello, today's presentation is going to be on how to edit a Google slide. So the first thing that you're going to need to do once you're in your Google Drive and you've clicked on New Slide is to give your presentation some sort of a title. So today I'm going to make a presentation called My Favorite Season. The next thing you're going to do is select a template or a theme. So over on the right-hand side of the screen, I'm going to scroll through and just look and see what kind of appeals to me. You can click on things just to preview them. Change your mind a few times. You can always change your mind later. I'm going to stick with the first one that I clicked on right here. The next thing that you want to do is give your slide a title. So since it's called My Favorite Season, I'm going to call it My Favorite Season, and down here give myself credit for it. The next thing you need to know how to do is to add a slide. So there's a little plus sign. And a little drop down arrow next to the plus signs that you can choose a format for your next slide. So I'm going to choose this one. And notice now that I have two slides over on the left hand side. And now I'm going to make a statement on this slide. So my favorite season is summer. And then I'm going to give a reason why in this text box. So summer is my favorite season because I love the warm weather, visiting beaches, going to fairs, and taking trips with my kids. The next thing I want to insert into my slide is an image. Now, Google Slides has an insert image tool that you can search the Google images, and for the most part, everything I've seen right now is royalty free. So I'm going to go to Insert Image, search the web, and then I'm going to use this search engine to look for beaches in Maine. And then I'm going to scroll through and find one. Now I notice when I click on the plus sign next to one of these beaches, it pops up a preview window that tells us where the picture came from and that the image is labeled for commercial use with modification, which means it's not being copyrighted. I don't have to cite my source at this point. I'm going to click on another one, see if it says something similar. Yep, free. This one comes from Free Images. Images labeled for commercial use with modification. So I'm going to choose to insert this. Now the benefit of using a picture that is open source is that you don't have to cite where you got it from. It saves you a step. And if you're creating a slideshow, that can save you a lot of steps. Now I'm going to show you how to do this had you not gotten a royalty-free one. But first, let's modify this picture. I'm going to make sure that it's highlighted. If it's not, if by any chance you click somewhere else, you can just click back on the picture and you can go to the corner dots or the edge dots to adjust your picture. So I'm going to hold my mouse down, drag in to resize this, and I'm going to put it where I would like it to go in my presentation. Right there. And now it's covering up my other text box. So I'm going to take this text box and just like a picture, I'm going to grab the edge of it and I'm going to pull it over so that the whole thing is showing. Now, let's say I found a picture that I really loved on the internet. I went to this website called Maine Beach Guide, and there's other pictures here, and maybe I have a particular fondness for Ogunquit Beach. So I could take this picture, I could drag it and drop it into my document. I could drag it onto my desktop and port it into my document. I could take a screenshot of it and then put that in my document. But this is likely a copyrighted picture that somebody would like to get credit for. So you would have to go up here to the URL, copy your URL. I hold down Command-C on a MacBook. You might be using a PC and it's Control-C on that one. And then after I've copied and pasted that picture, I'm going to need to create another text box. So I'm going to click the text box tool and I'm going to drag diagonally, holding my mouse down so that I create a new text box. And then I can use Command-V on a MacBook or Control-V on a PC and paste the address in there to give credit to that site for having that picture. Since I'm going to delete this since this is not the right URL to go with this picture. So I'm going to click the edge of the box, hit the delete key on my keyboard, and away it goes. Now maybe I want to jazz up this slide a little bit. the white background just isn't doing it for me, so you can change the background with the change background button. I'm going to adjust the color. Maybe I want something that looks a little more summery, so I'm going to choose that. You could even choose an image to put as your background. I'm going to click done. You may also want to adjust the font, so I'm going to go in here. I think this font's a little bit small for a slideshow, so I just highlighted all my text, and I'm going to click these three dots that say more, and that's going to pop up some editing tools, so I can go in and change the font size, make it a little bigger. I can also make it bold, italicized, underline, adjust the color. Maybe I want the text to be red here. I can also change the font style. So there may be something else that I think looks a little bit better in this document. And you can go through and just play with what you think looks good. There we go. And I'm going to click off it just to see if I like it. So those are some different edits that you can make. At this point, I've got my first two slides. My next task would be to go add another slide, choose the template that I want to use. Maybe this one is a title-only slide. And then go in and do all the similar things that we just did, and hopefully you have a fantastic presentation when you're all done with it.